Hey guys, welcome back to Whitetail Playbook. Today we have the one, the only, Brandon Adams with us, and we are talking natural ground blinds, when to build them and how to build them. All right, guys, so today, natural ground blinds with Brandon Adams. BA and I go back, what, how long?
Oh, God, too long is the answer. But it's, I guess it'd be 8+ years.
Yeah, I think so. I ended up filming him for Major League Bow Hunter. We went to Kentucky, then Kansas.
Yep. On 1 week, we killed 2 big bucks. Both of them made monster bucks.
Yeah, very good deer.
Both of them were great deer. Mm-hmm. And that was a good way to start our relationship.
Yeah, it was dang awesome. But he basically was my first, dip of my toes in the outdoor industry. But since then, I've seen him kill a lot of deer. We just killed another one.
We did, yeah.
He smashed one down here in Louisiana.
Yep.
But today we're talking about natural ground blinds. BA is a master when it comes to this. I've seen plenty of setups on his videos. His channel, by the way, is My World Outdoors, so I'll have a tab up here to check that out. But he's killed plenty from natural ground blinds. And I want to hear all about it. So, when would you set up a natural ground blind versus being in a tree stand?
So I'm from Oklahoma, and where I live happens to be right where the big pine and oak forest of the east meets the Great Plains. Okay, so we don't have, where I live, we have decent sized trees, but where I hunt a lot is in the western part of the state where there's not a lot of big trees. And so climbing up a tree is pretty much mostly not an option.
Yeah.
And so when I would do it, especially when I'm at my home state, would be all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
We have a lot of red cedars. We have a lot of plum thickets and, just skunk brush, all kinds of underbrush. So I do it all the time out there. So I see a deer using a particular trail. They're coming to a particular bait pile. We can use bait in Oklahoma. And the wind's not right for whatever stand or blind we might have set up. I can move anywhere I want to and still hunt that spot. And but I also use it in the Midwest. So I travel, for a living all across the country. And I've used it in Missouri, Kansas, Kentucky, Mississippi, Ohio. The list of states that we've made, Colorado, out even further west, the list of states is endless.
Yeah, so pretty much you're just saying you use it when, say, if a stand's already set up, if the wind's bad, you're switching over.
A lot of times, a stand location is almost, or a stand location with the wind, it's not necessarily meaningless, but I know that I have maneuverability because I can make a blind in just about anything.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome. Now, I've done it a time or two up in Pennsylvania, but say you're going fresh into a spot. Is there times where you pick say we're not in your part of western Oklahoma where there's no trees. Say you got trees. Is there a time when you would choose a natural ground blind over a tree stand or tree saddle or something like that?
I was in Ohio last year in November. Actually, it was the last week of October. But they were still rutting. And throughout that week, there were several times where I chose, because of the wind, we had certain spots that we wanted to be at. We were picking spots versus stands. Yeah. Right. So I knew this spot was going to be the spot that day, or I thought it would be. Obviously, I didn't kill, but we were hunting spots, and so we would make something work in that vicinity. Yeah. And a natural ground blind, obviously. A lot of people think of brushing in a cedar tree or, brush, some brush pile, something. Yeah. But also, I do that thing called the lockdown spread.
Yeah, which is unreal.
Right. And
show a clip of that. That's sick.
Right here. Hey, right down low. It's a buck. 120 yards coming right at us. Yeah, turn. Oh, right here, big buck right here. Left. Turn right now. And that can work anywhere that a deer can see your decoy set up. It can work, and that includes Pennsylvania, that includes Wisconsin, Kansas, wherever you go. Yeah, and we use that a lot in Ohio last year, nice. And then also I've used it in Kentucky, Mississippi. I mean, it's literally endless.
Yeah, that's sweet.
But I pick spots, and then I'll find something to make it work.
That's sweet.
Yep.
So when you're going to build a natural ground blind, I understand like the brush, I guarantee, pretty simple out west. Like you got brush, cedar, whatever, just brush yourself in, create one hole that you're shooting through. How would you set up in like big woods or something like that?
Big woods, I would look for a fall down.
Okay.
I would look for some type of brush that was already on the ground, and then I would build around that. It's way easier. So even out west, it's open, but there's a lot of underbrush. A lot of times, I would look for existing cover.
Gotcha.
And then build around that. And so, like if I was out west, let's start there. Yep. If I was out west, I would look for a thicket like close to the trail. So I'm walking this trail. I'm like, oh, there's a good thicket. I can get in there. It's super thick. You can't see out of it.
Yeah.
That's where I'm looking.
Yep.
I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna literally crawl in there. I'm going to cut a hole where I'm going to set. And then I start cutting shooting lanes. And normally I only have one shooting lane that's directly in front of me.
Yeah. You're not seeing much. You're just focused on one area waiting for that deer, that buck to cross it.
It's not a fun hunt, but it's a productive hunt.
I mean, it's a sweet hunt.
Yeah. I don't know how many kills I've had doing, that tactic.
I feel like you've done it a lot more recently, too, than what I've seen in the past. Like, I've seen I feel like every hunt you do, every other hunt is out of natural ground.
Recently, the last 4, 5, 6 years, most of my hunts have been out of a natural ground blind. But you look for cover first.
Yeah.
You can't make cover where there is no cover.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, then it defeats the whole purpose of having a natural ground blind. You want to go into a thick, nasty hole or a brush pile or whatever it is, and then catch them coming past that. Okay. And so if you're in big timber, you're looking for a blowdown of some kind, some type of brush.
Yeah.
Whether it's a blowdown or, I don't know, briar patch, anything that you can get in. It's this high and shorter. A big thing with those type of blinds is you want back cover, and you would prefer to be in the shadows. And so if you're hunting in the evening, you want the sun to be setting behind you. Hunting in the mornings, obviously behind you. So being in that black hole. So here's a fun fact for you. Deer, so we have a certain width of the visible light spectrum. So like the electromagnetic spectrum, we have like this much width on that, right? And that's what we see as color. Deer have a similar width, but it's shifted over a little bit. So they can't see like the infrared side. So infrared and red. So that's why we can wear safety orange. But they can see ultraviolet. The other thing about deer is our eyes are made up of rods and cones. We have a lot more cones than rods. Cones detect light, rods detect movement. Huh. Our rods are on the outside of our irises, and that's why if it's super early, or super late, and you see movement, you can catch it out of the corner of your eye, but when you look at it, you can't see it. Like you look at it, it literally just disappears. That's because we're looking with our visual, we're looking with our light detecting, and we can't see it anymore. Yeah. Deer have way more cones than rods. They're really good at detecting movement, but they're not good at detecting color the same way we are. And we're a predator, so our eyes are in the front of our head, so we can look at something and detect like a depth of field. Yeah. Their eyes are on the side of their head, so they're really good. They have a panoramic vision. Yeah. And that's why you ever see a deer like head bob like this. They're trying to figure out the depth of what they're looking at. It's not like they're trying to trick you. So I guess.
Yeah, I always thought they were trying to trick. It's
no, when they're doing this, they're trying to figure out what they're looking at because they can't look at it. And then also what we have the ability to do as humans is we can peer into shadows. We can dilate in whatever the opposite of dilate our irises are to look into shadows. Deer can't do that. So that goes back to the original being in the shadow part.
Yeah.
If you're in a dark hole, a deer literally cannot see you.
I had no idea about that. That's
so
unreal.
if you're in a dark hole and you're still, they're not going to see you.
We're in the Whitetail Playbook, but you went to Whitetail University. I gotta study a little bit more.
Yeah. I hope what most of I said. What most of the things I said were accurate.
Yeah. Just chat GPT'd it and winged it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So basically, you're gonna go out. You're gonna look for a natural blowdown or some sort of natural thing that is already there. Mm-hmm. And of course, you're playing the wind, right?
Yep. Of course. The wind's number one. You can't hunt anywhere without the wind.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then 2, when you're looking, you want to make sure that you have the sun behind you.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
If you can't have the sun behind you, because there's plenty of situations where that can't happen, I will put some type of shade or a block, and it's not like anything that's fancy. I'm talking about a jacket.
Yeah.
I'll put a jacket up where my face and my body is in the shade. Literally just a piece of clothing to block the sun.
Yeah.
And then the sun, it goes on a certain path, and I just block that path.
Dang.
Yeah, it's literally as simple as that.
Yeah, super simple.
Yeah, because one of my best spots in Oklahoma, where I've killed multiple deer, in the evenings, the sun is directly in my face. But guess what? I got like 3 pairs of 3 jackets lined up in a row in the path of the sun. So
that's sweet, man.
Yep.
Yeah. So then 3rd, you're cutting out your hole, whatever. Mm-hmm. How often do you do multiple shooting lanes? Because I know you said you mainly have
very
just
seldom.
one.
Very seldom I do multiple shooting lanes.
Maybe if you find like a big open.
What I do is I have one shooting lane and I have multiple visual lanes.
Yeah.
And then you were with me on one hunt in Colorado, and we made a natural ground blind hunting some mule deer
in the willows, right?
In those willow trees, and I knew that I could see in front of me, obviously, but I needed to see the deer coming first before they popped out, because if they popped out, they were going to be 20 to 50 yards, whatever they were going to be, and then they were going to be walking away. So I wanted to see them coming first on the trail that I expected them to come from. And so I literally went through those willows and I cut a lane this big. That right there is just so I can see something coming around that corner. Yeah. It was not intended to shoot through. It was intended to see. Yeah. And so a lot of situations I'll do that, where I can see a path this way, I can see a path this way, and then I'm ready to shoot right here.
Yeah. Perfect.
So I guess to the crux of all of it is I'm looking for a spot with the right wind for whatever day I'm going to be hunting, and then I find the darkest spot, the darkest piece of brush I can find. So,
and then the 4th step, kill.
That's the hardest step. Yeah, that's definitely the hardest one, because I can make a lot of blinds.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. But yeah, that's. Do you have anything else to add to your natural ground blinds?
No. The lockdown spread's fun. That's it's definitely, people think of it as a Western thing, because we can a lot of places we can get up high and we can see a long ways. But anywhere you can see over 100 yards, it's in big timber, it can be productive.
And lockdown spread is you have a buck decoy out,
a life size,
life size, like 3D, and then you put that predator decoy of the doe on your bow.
Yep.
And that brings them in. Huh?
Right. Well, from the outside, imagine you're a buck walking, at 150 yards.
Yeah.
And you look over there, you see a buck, which is your decoy.
Yep.
And then you see a doe right next to it.
Yeah.
That looks like a buck locked down with a doe. So this is going to be useful the last week of October, through November. And whenever they see that, their eyes rolling back in the back of their head, their ears pinned back to their necks, and they're coming in because they want mama.
Yeah.
And it works particularly well for mature bucks.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is like you're behind that bow, you're moving because you got to draw back and all that stuff. Well, that just adds realism to the setup. Yeah. Right? Because if it's not moving, then it kind of looks weird. But like you moving actually sells the setup. So someone like you who is less of a hunter than most humans You're gonna be moving anyway.
Yeah,
so,
I'm going. Yeah.
This is probably your most productive thing you could do.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, I like it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
So we got the natural ground blinds and the lockdown spread. That is unreal information. And I appreciate you coming on and doing this. Of
course.
And I hope we share some camp again sometime soon. But it's always a pleasure.
Always.
Yeah. And guys, we're going to be doing these videos about every other week. So pop in 2 weeks for the next Whitetail Playbook. Brandon Adams, check out My Word Outdoors. He's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. No TikTok.
No, I have a TikTok, but I got banned like a bunch of times, so I don't post anything.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, we'll see you back in 2 weeks. Thanks again, Brandon.
Yep.